Hey, what's good YouTube? Welcome to Aperculum Audio. My name's Tom, and today I want to show you how to use my FL Studio and Maschine template, which is available on my website, aperculumaudio.com. Now, I've been using FL Studio and Maschine for a while, and this template is my go-to template. It's what I use all the time, and it just fits my workflow. So if you like my workflow, then you're more than welcome to go check this out, and it's available for $9.99, and it works really well. So let me show you how it works. Okay, so this is it right here, and essentially what I've done is I've used Maschine inside of FL Studio, and I have it to where each sound right here all the way down to sound 16 is routed into a MIDI out channel, and each of these MIDI out channels is independently routed into the FL Studio mixer, which allows for mixing of each individual sound. So it's really nice and useful. And it allows easy integration and browsing of the Maschine library, including loops, one-shots, and instruments. So if I come over here and let's say I wanted to load up a massive, I can do that. Disappeared. Yeah, massive. I can just double click and massive. Double click it, and there you go. I have sound playing in that channel. So it's really nice for that. Also, what's really nice is I usually use these channels for drum samples. So what I like to do is browse my Maschine expansion collection. So let's say I want to do some deep matter. I'll come over here, click it, and I'll click on drums, and I usually start out with a kick, and I can come over here to kick and browse for a kick I like, and then once I find one, drag it over to sound 2, and now sound 2 has a kick. Another thing I've done in this template is loaded each channel with a patcher, as you can see over here. And the reason I did that is because patcher actually allows more configuration of your sound with effects inserts than you can normally get inside of your mixer channel right here. As you can see, you're limited to 10. So each one's loaded with a patcher with a transient processor and EQ. And the reason I did transient processor on every single one of these is because I usually put my drums in there. You don't have to, it's just personal preference. And if you'd like, you can just come over here and delete it, right? So anyway, another thing I want to show you is in my projects, I've color-coded and organized the other channels. As you can see, it goes up to a certain limit. But this is just to make it easy on the eyes, because when I arrange my tracks, I like to have it easy and aesthetic appealing on the eyes. And as you can see, this is how it's organized here. So I usually draw my drums in with different channels or sounds right here with Maschine, and then I'll arrange down here with these different channels. But let me go ahead and show you what that actually looks like. I have a project loaded up here. Let me go over to this, and this is a project I created. It's a beat I made, and I used all these drum sounds right here. As I go in here, I have some sounds here. These are actually from someone on YouTube called LLB, and I just downloaded a sound pack, so check him out. It's a pretty cool guy. But yeah, this is the template here, and these are all the instruments. As you can see, I have a massive here. This one is another massive, and this one's a rounds. I have all sorts of things. So anyway, I think I have a harmor here. Yeah, it's a harmor. And I've color-coded them, so 4 cents, and then it goes, I create 4 channels, and then it goes into here, and then the next 4 go over here, and that's how it works. And if we go into the playlist, let me show you what it looks like. So you can see here are my Maschine channels right here. This is the kick pattern, and then we go down and you can see the organization of it all. So it's pretty well organized and easy on the eyes. And let me go ahead and show you how this track plays. I'm going to start a little bit forward, so let's check it out. there you go. That's basically, this is the environment in which I create music. So I use my template here, and I add channels accordingly, and I usually load up all my drums into here, and that's how it works. With that being said, there's some extra interesting things you can do besides just loading up your samples into here and, just using it, because anybody could do that, essentially just drag a sample over into the channel. But what I really like with Native Instruments is you're not just limited to your drum samples. I mean, you can come over here and quickly get to all sorts of stuff. But I want to show you something. One of the cool things about this template is, let's say we have this channel 5, right? Well, let's just say I would like to, we could come over here and edit inside of the mixer channel, but let's say I'd like to use internal effects. So how I do that is come over here and click this positive button and do internal, and as you can see, we have a few extra plugins here that we can use. So distortion, lo-fi, saturation, phaser, FM, maximizer, all these things, these aren't available inside of FL Studio. So you can only get them using Maschine. So that's one of the bonuses. Now you could come over here and do Native Instruments. All of these are actually plugins that are available inside of FL Studio. So you can see driver. I could just come over here to driver and go add plugin, and then go over to driver right here and load driver, and there it is. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. But like I said, you can't load these right here. So that's one of the positives of this this template, is you get access to these right here. So that's pretty nifty. Not only that, but you can also quickly browse if you've installed the sounds. Then you can quickly browse all these sounds and see what they sound like and add something to your project. So that's pretty nice. So let's go back over to this project, and I want to show you some other things that are really cool about this template that you normally can't do with other templates. So let's go ahead over here, and we have Maschine here. I want to load up some other samples outside of this. And let's see here. What I want to do is we'll go over to companies, other LLB Minerva. I just downloaded this, and let's say we want to use a fill. You can come over here and drag it, and right here, play it right there. So it's pretty cool. Or, we can load up different samples. Let's say I have some splice samples I'd like to use, so we'll come down over here, and let's just say some 808. 808, come and drop it right there, and it also works in just like that. So, however, if you're using 808s, what you want to do is make sure set your polyphony to 1 and legato, because you don't want your 808s just riding over each other. So that's an important thing to be aware of. Okay, so now that we have that, let me show you some other things. Okay, so one really cool thing you can do with this template, let's say I wanted to add a a reactor plugin right here, and we'll go ahead and load up rounds. Okay, we have rounds here, and let's just go down. These are some presets I've made, and let's go to Wanderlust, right? So we can come over here, and we can have that right there, right? And let's say, we can actually draw. Let's go ahead and draw. Let's draw. So we have that, right? And that's cool and everything. Let's just say we actually made a beat. So let's go over here, and I'm going to quickly add. Let me just do this real quick. So we'll do kick right there. That's 5 and 6, and then a hi-hat 5, 6, 7. So and we have this really ultra super simplified little tune here, right? And that's cool and everything, right? But I like to get pretty wild with my productions. So let's say I wanted to bring this actually into Maschine. Well, it's possible to do that. And let's see if I can actually. No, it doesn't work like that. But what we can do is come over here to instruments, and I'm going to drop this down, and we're going to come down and find rounds. And there we go. Click rounds, and we're going to load up a sound here. And as you can see, you don't have access to the presets that I've made, but let's go ahead and load up. We double clicked it, and it's there. And now we have the sound in channel 8, but I want to get the same preset that we just loaded there. So let's go back over here, and what you do is you come over to rounds and you double click it, right? So there you go. And then once you've done that, you come over here to this edit button, click that, and it makes it like it looks over here in this window. So now we can go and load up the preset that I was looking for. Here we go. We go down there, and then let's go to Wanderlust, which is right there. And voila. Okay, so we have it, and let's go ahead and close this, and we will come over into, let's see if we can copy this MIDI data right there. Be interesting to see how this works. All right, click this and file. Does it work? No, not necessarily. So we'll have to draw this in here, but let's see. We'll draw a note there, a note there, and a note there. I'm going to come over here and cut these out. I'm going to silence these. Let's get rid of this. There we go. And what we can actually do is drag this right here, and instantly we can either turn this into MIDI data, so we can drag this right over here and it copies it over in FL Studio. So let's check it out. We'll silence this channel and it actually plays here in FL Studio. Or if we want, what we can do is we'll go ahead and cut that. I want to show you this really cool trick. We'll come over here and we're going to load up battery 4. It took forever. Okay. And what we can do is come over here and actually take this, click that right there, and it creates a exported audio, and drag it over here and release into battery 4. So we'll come over here. I'm going to just delete these channels right there. And now we have a channel inside of battery 4. We have to find where it correlates. There it is right there. And voila, now we have sampled it and we can use it inside of battery 4 as a sample. And if we want to, we can come over here and actually load up a new sound. So let's go over to rounds, double click it, And let's just load up a different sound. We'll do, let's do Queen's Keybox, okay? So we'll do that, and it's loaded up. Go, and we will sample this as well real quickly. What we'll do is have this and drag this. Sometimes it's a little finicky. Come over here, drag and release, and now we have the two samples in there. So we have, but let's make sure to delete this right there. Okay, here we go. And that's one of the cool ways where you can just take all these samples over here quickly and basically turn it into a little library of sounds and build your project that way. So that's another cool trick. So anyway, that's basically the biggest things I want to show you in regards to this template. There's a lot of other things you can do. I'm still learning it as I go. I don't know Maschine a whole lot, but I'm learning it more. I'm more familiar with FL Studio. But like I said, experiment with this template, see what you can do. One of the things I want to say is I don't really organize or orchestrate or arrange really inside of Maschine. I do that on FL Studio, but I really like to get all my sounds from inside of Maschine and then do the rest over here. So anyway, guys, I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm always available to answer questions. And if there's more things you'd like to see, let me know. I'm always trying to make this channel better and deliver better content and material for you guys to work with. So anyway, that's about it. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good night.